Come to Helmuth Ford, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Hi, this is Stacy from Shuttler Insurance Services. Come see me on the east side of the square in Sigourney for all your insurance needs.
Attention Iowa business owners. Is your business missing sales because you're too busy to follow up? Every missed call or delayed message could be costing you money. At Easy Biz Tech, we help local businesses stay ahead by automating customer follow-up, so no lead gets left behind. Missed a call? Our system texts back instantly. Need personalized outreach? We send automated texts, emails, and even use AI-powered voice agents to connect with your customers 24/7. Stop losing money because of slow follow-up. Contact Easy Biz Tech today, where Iowa businesses win online.
Southern Iowa, it's rodeo time. The 2025 Albia Chamber Main Street Rodeo returns Saturday, June 7th at the Monroe County Fairgrounds. Rogue Rodeo brings us 8 thrilling events, a bull ride showdown, comedy from Ronald Burton, and the dazzling Diamonds and Dust performance. Gates open at 5 p.m. for food, fun, and high-energy action await. Tickets on sale now at albiachambermainstreet.org. Adults $15 in advance, $20 at the gate. Kids only $10. Saddle up for a night of tradition and thrill. Don't miss it.
Jace Race 2025 is Saturday, June 7th at the North Mahaska Junior Senior High School in New Sharon. The 5K starts at 8 a.m., followed by the 1 mile fun run. To sign up, use the links on the North Mahaska Education Foundation's Facebook page. Pre-registration guarantees you a t-shirt, but you can also sign up the day of the race. There will be some giveaways and first-place prizes. In memory of Jace Carrico, who passed in 2008, the Carrico family appreciates the community's support. Neil.
Hey, man, what's up?
You want to do some radio?
Radio? I haven't been on the radio for a long time. But yeah, that'd be cool.
Cool.
Skunk River Radio. Let's get skunky.
And welcome in. It's time for the sports section. We are live from Barn Wired on the south side of the square in Sigourney, 119 East Marion. To be exact, you can call in at 641-622-9912. Stop in for some coffee and some breakfast to get you going on this beautiful Saturday morning here in southeast Iowa. All right, we have a loaded, stacked show today. It's Jenny Hobbs' last day as our spring host. So we've got Jenny. We are going to be starting off with Sigourney softball. We've got Ayden Galindo from Keota track, and we've got Carly Goodwin, formerly of Sigourney, and now with the UNI Panthers. So, Jenny, we'll kick it off and get things going.
All right. We are talking softball first thing this morning, and first game's coming up Tuesday. So, first of all, let's introduce everybody, and then we'll talk to Coach Striegel quickly. But go ahead, guys.
I'm Josephine Moore.
I'm Danny Aller. I'm Ella Bruns.
And Shelly Striegel.
So, Coach Striegel, haven't had a game yet, so how's practice been going?
Practice is always difficult this time of year because we have so many people in and out for so many different reasons, graduation, track, golf, and just trying to get everybody there is always difficult this time of year. But the last couple we've had everybody there, and things are looking well.
All right, so let's preview the season a little bit. Obviously, great end to last season. I mean, I don't think there can be much better ending to a season. Not very many teams. 5 teams go out winners, and you guys are one of them. So what's this year? We always like to say tradition never graduates. So what's on tap for this year?
This year, the goals are pretty much the same. I truly believe that if you don't set your goals high, you can never reset them higher. And so we just always set the goals really high, and it is really hard for me because we are young this year, very talented still, but young. And so the goals have to be the same, the expectation has to be the same, but we have to approach this season very differently. It is one of learning, but again, that we don't graduate. We just truly just reload and trying to move people around, find the right places for people to make things happen. That's kind of been our goal this spring. We come back with some great leadership from these 3 returning starters, and so they set the example at practice, and we go from there. And the underclassmen have really stepped up, trying to lead and follow in a way that would be a Savage tradition.
So how many seniors you have?
I have 3.
Okay, and they are?
They are Josephine Moore, Danny Aller, and Addison Richardson.
Okay. So Joe, let's talk with you for a little bit. Sorry, everybody. So how has your role changed?
Well, my role, I was a catcher, but now, which was like a second leading position, and now I'm a pitcher, so that's like the first leading position on the team, so I'm going to have to step up in that role.
How's it going?
I mean, pretty good. It's different, but I've been there before, obviously, but, it's going to be a little different this year.
How's drop ball working? What you got? What's your specialty? What do you got spinning?
I don't think I can tell you that.
Oh, no Sky reports, everybody. All right, Danny, let's talk to Danny. All right, so what role are you playing this year?
As one of the seniors, the big leader, shortstop, I have to work with a new second baseman. That's been going pretty good. Filling in, the 8th graders are doing really good, stepping up and listening when we give them critiques or asking how to fix what they need to do to give into the team so they can fit in better.
All right, so we got the pitcher and the shortstop. Ella, where are you fitting in?
I'm at third still.
Oh, sorry, my favorite position, the hot spot. All right, so what's your role on the team this year?
I basically help out all the seniors, lead the underclassmen because they need some help still, but it's going pretty well.
Good, and you're a sophomore, right?
Freshman going into sophomore.
Oh, see, and when you say help with the underclassmen, I was thinking, what do you mean?
Yeah, kind of.
You are one, but
the
that's okay.
ones.
But you're technically a veteran. By the time in softball, by the time you're a freshman, you've played lots and lots of softball. Coach Striegel, talk about how many kids you have out, maybe who your assistants are, that sort of thing. Just give us an overview.
We have 15 girls out this year with the 3 seniors and assistants. It was kind of funny. Last night we were having a conversation at our house, and my son, who is my assistant, Cole Striegel, he says, how many other softball coaches in the state of Iowa are talking softball and planning practices at 9:30 at night? And I said, well, not very many because they all don't live in the same household. But we had a big conversation last night. And then my husband, Frosty, is an assistant. Also, he kind of does the grunt work. Cole does most the heavy work, and Frosty does the grunt work, the field work, and all that kind of fun stuff. And just kind of checking on those things. So we have a really nice staff. I know a lot of people worry about us getting along as a family unit, and they do. But for generally, we are all on the same page. This year's been a little harder because it's all on me. I haven't been as vocal with them because I just kind of expected them to know what I wanted. And so that has been a little frustrating for them, and probably the team too this early on. But when you graduate what we graduated, they knew what I expected too. So when I didn't communicate as well what I wanted, the upperclassmen really knew how to lead that. And so this year it's going to be an experience in me communicating better, especially with the younger classmen, because we're going to have several of them starting as 8th graders. And so it'll be an adventure, but I think the goal for this year really, as we were talking last night, is we need to learn to have fun. They are feeling heavy expectations of returning state champions and the expectation of having that target on their back, and we just need to figure out a way to have a little more fun.
There you go. I'm all for fun. I don't know about you guys, but all right. So let's go away from softball for a little bit. I mean, it could still be softball, but I wanted you guys to say what other things you're involved in, okay, and maybe what your favorite sport or activity is. And you don't feel any pressure from Coach Treacle sitting right there.
I'm involved in softball, basketball, volleyball, and track, and my favorite activity is like softball.
Oh, and we do want to say Joe's all-time leading rebounder in Sigourney history, correct?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm in softball, volleyball, and track, and softball is my favorite.
I'm in softball, volleyball, basketball, and golf, and softball is my favorite sport.
You had a pretty good golf season, Ella, right? Yeah. Let's just talk a little bit about golf just for a second. So tell us a little bit about your season.
It started off pretty rocky. I didn't do very well, but then I got in and did pretty better.
Okay, good. That's informative. Thanks, Ella. Way to give it to us all there. Guys, so you two seniors, what's the future? Where are you guys going? What are you going to do?
I'm attending Iowa Central Community College to play softball.
I'm going to UNI and going to major in sonography.
Oh, time out. What's that?
Ultrasound. Ultrasound tech.
Okay, awesome.
Aren't you two studying similar things?
Yeah, like radiology and ultrasound, yeah.
Oh, big money in there, big money in that. Okay, so I guess that's really all I have. Thank you guys for coming in. Steve, do you have some questions?
I feel left out. I teach 6th grade.
You're moving to you're doing a different.
No, I'm staying in 6th grade. I teach 6th grade math and science with.
Sorry, your other activities.
My other activities, yeah.
Yes.
My big other activity is my grandchildren. I have two. Delilah, who is a huge softball fan. She swings the bat well at 2. So then I have a grandson, Otto. So those are my big activities, other than I still have Cole and Cade living at home with me and doing their laundry. So those are my big activities.
Oh, how was the end of the school year?
The little end of the school year was a little rough. We finished strong, though. They came around, and we got a lot done, and looking forward to a new year with Aaron Sellers as my cohort. We talk a lot of sports in 6th grade.
I bet. And I know with the weather being so nice early.
That was rough.
May, oh, gosh, that's tough. Kids staring out the window, just want to be outside the entire time.
And at Sigourney now, with the new system at the elementary, we're not supposed to open our windows, and that is rough.
Oh, yeah. Especially for 6th grade boys. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Need that talk.
We do have that talk, and
good.
We have the best smelling hallway there really is.
Good.
We taught that in 6th grade pretty strong.
For the last 10 years, I swear I've always had junior high kids right after PE.
Yeah.
Then they come right in my room, and we have to discuss every once in a while some hygiene. But anyway, all right. So good luck. I always cheer. I almost caught Carly's home run ball last year at the state tournament, but no, whatever. Bob Howard caught it, or he was closest. Anywho, best of luck, and you guys I always cheer for you. And thank you for coming on this morning, getting up early on a Saturday morning.
Yes, thank you, and good luck in your new endeavors.
Thank you very much. I'm excited. So.
Awesome. Yeah, so we're looking forward to Steve Schottler Media is going to be doing a few of the Sigourney softball and baseball games this summer on the road games, of course. So we'll be following you guys a little bit. Josh Clubb doing the play-by-play. We're looking forward to some softball and baseball, and we'll be doing some Sigourney games. As usual, we'll be doing some Pekin games and North Mahaska games. So be on the lookout for some softball and baseball coming up this spring and summer here on Steve Schottler Media. Again, thank you guys for coming in. Hold tight. I got to get a picture of you during the commercial break. Let's take some commercial breaks. And then we've got Ayden Galindo from Keota High School coming in next. Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental. Stop by James Family Greenhouse and Produce in Sigourney. They have a variety of hanging baskets, annuals, shrubs, perennials, trees, mulch, and vegetable plants. Plus, you can spruce up your landscape with yard decor or decorate the inside of your home with home decor. James Family Greenhouse is also a great place to stop in for some gift ideas. You got to stop in and see it all for yourself. James Family Greenhouse at 701 East Jackson in Sigourney. And be sure to follow their page on Facebook. Find your Iowa dream home with AE Realty in Montezuma. With unparalleled industry knowledge, experience, and local expertise, AE Realty is the Montezuma real estate expert you've been looking for. Whether you're buying or selling, AE Realty can help you get the best deal. You can find AE Realty at 321 East Main Street in Montezuma. Call 641-623-2639 or online at www.aerealtyinc.com.
Looking for more than just a job? Find a career where you make a difference right in your community.
What I appreciate about First Resources is our dedication to innovation, always looking for ways to expand programming and offer greater opportunities for our staff and everyone involved.
First Resources staff are amazing. They're committed and they are motivated and they are fierce advocates to help clients meet their goals.
If you're ready to join a team committed to making a difference, apply online and join us at First Resources.
Hey, we thank all of our sponsors for making things possible here on Steve Shetler Media. We are doing the sports section from our host venue, Barn Wired in downtown Sigourney. Again, stop in for some breakfast and coffee to get you going on this Saturday morning. All right, we're bringing back up our live guests. We've got Jenny Hobbs as our host, and we welcome in Ayden Galindo from Keota High School. Jenny, take it away.
Well, special guest, one of my favorite students and athletes, Ayden Galindo, and Ayden just jumped at the state track meet yesterday, and then he had to rush home and play a baseball game. So busy guy. Let's just talk a little bit about your first experience at state track.
Yeah. So coming in, you see a lot of people, and it's like very intimidating. Don't know any people at all, so I was just kind of walking around, finding where I needed to go, and watching some other competitions, and there's just some really talented people. So they have a good process of getting everybody in, getting it all checked in and all that. They have to check your spikes and all that, and they do something called 5 Alive, which is where you basically just jump 5 at a time. So it's something new I've never done at a meet, but it was very organized. That way you don't have to go sit down and say if you scratch one and then you're not warm anymore. So it worked out pretty nice. And it was just so cool to see everybody around, Yeah, I still found my family in the crowd, and it was a great element to be in, and it was a lot of fun.
I mean, you knew some kids because, there's 4 conference kids?
Yes.
Iowa Valley, Linville-Sully, HLV, Tri-County. And so it's kind of cool to have that many conference kids participate in the state high jump. I was wondering, because when I was watching just the live stream, I mean, when people missed or whatever, then their next miss came pretty quickly. So I was wondering, how fast they got through the whole lineup. But so did you feel good? What'd you end up? I guess people at home maybe don't know what you ended up with.
So I don't think I've ever been so nervous before. my arms started like tingling. I've never had that feeling, and it was just like, I've felt nervous before my first jump at every single track meet, no matter where it is. So it's like that first one you clear, you get that confidence. So going in through some practice runs felt good, cleared it, felt good. Kind of felt like I was slipping a little bit, but other than that, it felt great. And it was warmed up nice, and nerves were there, but I ended up feeling pretty good.
Good. So you cleared 5'11", but did not clear 6'1".
I did not.
Which threw me off a little bit because they went odd numbers.
Yeah.
When usually high school, you do even numbers.
Yeah.
So
coming in, I saw the starting height was going to be 5'9", and I was kind of like, okay, that's weird. I was wondering if they were going to go up by 2s, and they showed us the board where they were going to go up, and they were. I was like, that's very, very different. But I still felt pretty confident in getting it. It's just I only ever cleared 6'1" for the first time this year, last district meet. So that was kind of intimidating, but yeah.
So Ayden finished 11th. at state there's always 24 competitors. So 11th out of 24, for your first time jumping at state, and tied for 11th. So we'll take that. I mean, that's awesome.
Absolutely, yeah.
So what's the goals for next year? Now you've seen it. Now you've seen the mecca of state track, which I think is the greatest state championship to go watch and just cheer for people. But so what is your goal next year?
So definitely my goals are to work hard in the off season. Just seeing that there's a lot of sophomores and kids my age, and a couple of them are up there doing a lot better than me. So that's something that I can push towards and kind of work really hard in the off season, figure out some other ways, jump really high, focus on form, approach, all that stuff. And I mean, yeah, I've seen the environment now, so that's going to be less intimidating. And it's just, yeah, go up there, jump high, and hope for the best.
And far, because you missed the long jump by just a couple inches.
Mm-hmm.
So big goals for next year, long jump maybe. Heck, you've even taken up discus a little bit, haven't you?
Just in practice.
Just in practice.
A little tossing around every now and then.
And you're pretty fast. I mean, I think I was talking to your mom last night, and you're thinking about maybe trying some hurdles.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, if it runs in your genes, I mean, your uncles are pretty darn good hurdlers.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. And so let's quickly talk about other sports, other things you do at school.
Okay, so yeah, I'm involved in football, basketball, track, and baseball. So pretty busy schedule every now and then.
Pretty busy.
Yeah.
Because last night you had to rush.
Yeah.
Didn't even see the end of the high jump, did you?
Mm-mm.
Nope. I had to come back. Had a baseball. It was the first baseball game last night. Played pretty well.
Mm-hmm. It's fun.
Yeah. I had a couple hits. Scored a couple runs. How is it playing with your brother? Because you haven't get to play. He hasn't played the other sports. Ashton, still upset about him with him doing that. But what's it like playing with your brother?
Yeah, so I mean, it's great. We're both right out there, left field, center field. So we get a chat every now and then. And I don't know, we just encourage each other a lot. I'm always telling him 2 hands, keep that ball. Like confidence, stay confident no matter what. And it's just a fun time. You can just go out there, have fun, talk, and yeah.
So what's your plans for the summer?
Plans for the summer. So I have a job I'm going to go work at, and then I've got baseball practice and games, obviously, and then I got football weights starting up. So we'll be doing that. Yep.
Typical SK football player. They got weights and conditioning, and then they go work for a little bit, and then you got baseball.
Yep.
So super busy. And I will tell you, and I don't know if you watched last week's show, but I'm going to start crying right now. But
I saw the yeah,
okay. Anyway, Ayden, like I said, seriously, is when I'm going to start crying. He is one of my all-time favorites. I mean, he might be a great athlete, but I think the best part is you're a great person. And, I would take him any day of the week and twice on Sunday. And if I could clone you, woo, doggies, I tell you what, it'd be amazing. But so what's and I know you're only a sophomore, you're going to be a junior. What's the long-term goal? I mean, not necessarily sports, but just, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you can change, don't worry, we won't hold you to it.
Oh, I know. No, that's something I've been thinking about lately because, you're getting older and all that. I mean, I still am not too sure what I want to do. I'm still kind of at that stage, I guess. I'm just trying to get my feet wet wherever I can and kind of decide where I want to go. I mean, like you said, away from sports and all that, I think it'd be cool to go to college for track or something. Mm-hmm. If I would go to college for any sport, it'd be track for sure. But that'd be something, lots of dedication, lots of hard work, and that'd be fun. But other than that, I mean, I really don't know what I'd want to do. Maybe something in the engineering field or something like that.
I was going to say, sometimes I have to tell him to stop doing his math in my biology class, but I'll wipe that tear away. But I'm just here to tell you that you could do anything you want to do. You're super smart, have a great mind, and former winner of the junior high science fair, by the way. So, anywho, Ayden, thank you so much, and I appreciate everything that you've done for me and for Keota, and keep looking out for the little guy.
Of course.
And
And I want to thank you for being such an amazing teacher.
Oh,
I mean, from 7th grade till now, your class has always been so fun. I
you.
love every single experiment we've done, just good talks, all that stuff. So thank you. You've done a great job, and good luck to you.
Ayden, thank you, buddy. All right. All right. Steve, do you have any questions for him? Or?
I don't have any questions, so it's hard to follow up that big hug fest there. So we'll just go to commercial break.
Okay.
Ayden, thanks for coming in this morning, and congratulations on a great showing at state. So stay tuned. We've got Carly Goodwin coming in next.
Build it together. Build it with Valley Lumber.
Are you building a new house or maybe wanting to do a remodel? Come check out our showroom at Valley Lumber and Hardware's Eddyville location. Cook kitchen cabinets, masonite interior doors, and more. Not sure what you want? Let us help with the design and layout of your new kitchen or remodel. At Valley Lumber and Hardware, we can help with any room in the house, from lumber for building to shower enclosures, paint, and more. Choose Valley Lumber and Hardware with locations in Eddyville and Albia.
We are always looking for ways to improve, and we do that by embracing new and better technologies.
With each of us having our own areas of expertise, we collaborate together to give you the best care possible.
Striving to give you the best smile, we believe doing things right the first time saves you both time and money.
The mission of Essence of Life Hospice is to provide comprehensive, coordinated care to individuals with life-limiting illnesses and to their families, and to support them in the process of death and bereavement. Our goal is to provide palliative care that addresses the physical, psychological, and spiritual dimensions of service for the terminally ill as an integrated whole. We pride ourselves on providing the highest quality care and are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, visit essencehospice.com.
Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
All right, we are back here live at Barnwired in downtown Sigourney for the sports section on this Saturday morning. All right, we've had a great show already, and this is going to be Jenny's last guest. I don't know if you're going to do this next spring or not, Jenny, but hopefully you will be. But Jenny going to be signing off as our spring host here after this. But we've got Carly Goodwin, former Sigourney Savage, and now UNI Panther. Jenny, take it away.
Carly! I've known Carly a long time, since she was a little girl. And so first of all, it made my heart so proud of your whole senior season at Sigourney. Obviously capping it with the big trophy. But let's talk your season. And I was looking up some stats, kind of a stat person, but so you, as a freshman, pitched the second most innings. Wow. I mean, did you expect that going in?
I really didn't know what to expect from a team standpoint, but I obviously had expectations for myself, and so that's something that I went in knowing that our number one pitcher, that I was going to be behind her because she's a redshirt junior, so she's had experience and she's really good too. So it was nice having her there, but I just knew going in that I could compete for that number 2 spot, and so that's what I worked all fall and our off season on, and so that was really cool to watch it kind of come to life.
I think that's amazing, and I could tell you a little story, because a lot of times going in, oh, she's just from a small town, small school. Heck, they even used to say that about Lindsay Meter, who was from Solon, won 2 state championships in basketball. But she's too little to play at Iowa. She's too little. She can't compete. Well, all of a sudden she's Big Ten leader in 3-pointers until you know who. And no, you can compete. It doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, you can compete. And so I'm super proud of you. So just tell us a little bit about the season. Did you boom, your first game pitch and just dominate, or did you have to go through some rough spots? Or tell us a little bit about your season progression.
Yeah, we had a fall season where we just played everyone in state. So we played all of the other D1 schools, and then we played some other JUCOs like Kirkwood and those schools. But that was kind of nice, kind of get used to playing with a new team, which was different for me too. And so and we were a really young team, and so learning to play together while moving people around, and so that was fun, and you kind of saw where you were at and what you needed to work on to know where you had to be in the spring. And so we started our spring season off in the Dome, and I got the start against Nebraska Omaha, who's a really, really good team. And so I was very nervous, but first college game too. And so using that as like a learning experience going on, and we had like a month of preseason games, and so it was nice being able to like not have to worry about conference standings and all that stuff, and just kind of getting used to it, working through some hard things, having some success too, and just kind of learning the speed too of college softball. And so that was nice. We got to go to a few cool places. We got to play Nebraska, which was really fun. They're in the Supers right now, so that was fun. And then when we started in with conference, and then we play a 3-game series, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a game each day. And so I was getting the start on Saturday, so like the second game, and then in relief Sunday. And so I learned quickly that it's much different in conference play than it is in preseason. Like, it's just a lot faster. Everything just, it finds you when you're least expecting it. And so in the beginning, it was just a lot to kind of take in, but once I kind of settled in, then I found myself and my rhythm, so that was good.
So you guys ended up being pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, dang, look at this. So what'd you guys finish in the conference?
Well, we lost in the semis, and so like tied for third place, I guess. But we lost to Belmont, who ended up winning it all, and then they ended up winning a game too in the regionals. So that was cool. But we also beat the team that got second in our series against them. So we competed really well. A lot of people kind of doubted us, like in the conference wise, because we were really young. At a time, we had 6 out of the 9 players were freshmen starting. So, and that was most games too. A lot of us were starting. So that was really cool. And just knowing where we finished, and the same exact thing next year is expected plus better since we're so young.
So summer, what are you going to do to get bigger, faster, stronger? What's the plan?
We have a workout plan throughout the summer that I start next week. So just like lifting a bunch and still getting used to that, and then pitching a few times a week. And then I'm playing in a summer league in Cedar Rapids with some of my other teammates and girls from around the state. And so it's like two Sundays in June and 3 in July or something like that. So that'll be nice to just kind of get some innings and play with other people. So
are you staying here, or are you going to
Yep, I'm staying here.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're the lead instructor in the weight room this summer?
Yep.
Getting all those kids bigger, faster, stronger?
I guess.
Okay, I do have a funny league story. So my sister and I were playing slow pitch on a Sunday night, I think at Penway. Anyway, and on the way there, we was like, hey, we should stop and watch like the Iowa players at the Iowa softball field, and just hang out, and watch them play, because it was league, and it was like all and all the colleges basically are playing a couple games on Sunday nights, and they were short a couple people. And I hadn't played fast pitch in quite a while. I'd coached and take some cuts in the cage, but and my sister was just a couple years out of high school, so she was still kind of, she's more athletic than me anyway. But anywho, they're like, hey, Hobbs sisters, we need 2 people. Get your, I had my cleats, we had gloves, in the car, which, if you're like me, never, even when you're an old lady, never leave home without your glove. Never leave without, what I'm saying? You never know when you need your glove. Anyway, so whatever, my sister and I she was on one team, I was on the other team. Well, it just so happened that I was on the team that I had to go against Christy Hanks, who was a Big Ten Pitcher of the Year. They had just played in the College World Series. She went on to play pro. Anyway, she throws about 70, and I'm up here at the bat. And the first pitch, I didn't even see it. Like, I seriously did not even see. I don't think people realize how fast that ball is coming in. I think this is even before yellow ball, too. I mean, it was, and I just like, was that a strike? They're like, yep. All she had to do. So I swung the next time, missed miserably. How far away was I? They're like, whoa. Anyway, so 3 strikes, I was done. But whoo, doggies. I don't think people quite realize how fast and close that is. Oh, and then I had to play second base.
Ooh.
And I had all these slappers, and I had to cover quick.
Yeah.
Ooh, dog. Anyway, so what are you throwing right now?
I'm sitting about like 64 consistently, and then my changeup is like 50. So
hey,
it's a big difference, but that's also a pitch that I really started to develop this year. I never used it as much as I did now, and so it really helps when you can throw that with like a rise ball inside. It makes it look about 4 miles per hour faster than it actually is, and so that's something that we like focused on. If I'm gonna throw a changeup low and outside that looks like 45 miles per hour and then come inside with a high rise ball, it's gonna look close to 68 or 70. Even though it's not, it's just gonna be like that. And so that was something that I learned this year, was kind of, we said, working in an X. And so just like offsetting drop ball, change up, rise ball, like different things to be able to set me up. And so a fastball coming down the middle is gonna look like 64, but different pitches are gonna look like different speeds.
So tell us your evolution as a pitcher, and we can talk a little bit about Amy, okay, helping you out, and because she's a great pitching coach, right? So did that have you somewhat prepared going into college? And then what have you changed in your pitching motion style since college?
Yeah, Amy helped a lot with developing me. I went my last 2 years of high school, and that's when I also found my most success. So if that doesn't tell you how good she is. But something that Amy also helped with was like the mental side of it. Ooh, and since she was a former college player too, she kind of helped like what to expect going in as a freshman, and like how to compete in practice, because that's what you're going to have to do to show them that you can play in games. And so taking like some of her advice, and then also like learning as you go, that's the only way that you can learn sometimes. And so that was nice. But I mean, that's a big part, is adjusting on the go, which has been difficult.
Which I think, is, and I've coached, college athletes, and it's like one of those things where you have to have an open mind. And if you're like, well, this is how I do it, and this is how I'm going to do it, that you're never going to get a play. So I think having an open mind and open to coaching and open to suggestions and open to strategy change, I think is a really important part of being a successful athlete, high school or college.
Yeah, something new for me this year too is I'm just a pitcher, and so
I saw that you didn't have any hitting stats.
Yeah, so I mean, I wanted to try for at least the first year or two, just because I've always been playing other sports or focusing on different things during season and the off season. I've never just got to focus on pitching, so I wanted to see like how far that could take me. And I mean, it's different, and it's a lot of just one thing repeating over and over, and so that can be a lot sometimes. But back to your question about changing things, I didn't change all too much. I'm in the process of kind of like working on my mechanics to make me faster, so like using my strength that I got from this last year and like putting it into my pitching, but nothing too major where you could like look and tell a difference. So.
Okay.
How about this? I'm going to jump in.
Yes.
Do you miss batting? Do you miss swinging the bat?
Sometimes. We have a event, like a fundraising event for the it's called the Hit-a-thon. So everyone gets to bat. So me and some of the other pitchers, it's like a home run derby. So we got to do that. And so that was fun, and it kind of made me miss it a little bit. And then sometimes, when you see them hitting at practice or before the games, it's like, oh, I kind of miss that. But I'm doing okay without it.
Did you have any dingers then?
I think I hit three or four out of the 10 balls that we got pitched.
Oh, well, that's a pretty good percentage. I'll take that. Okay, and then a little birdie maybe told me that you are giving pitching lessons now?
Yep.
So is your schedule packed, or do we put a plug in right now, or?
I mean, I'm open. I have about 4 girls right now, and it's usually like youth season right now, so they're playing 2 to 3 times a week. But yeah, I'm open for it. So.
Pitching lessons. She's learned from the best. So looking to next year, what's the goals for next year?
Yeah, obviously you don't want to go back from where I was this year. I have to keep myself to a higher standard, and something that even like changed from middle of the season to end of the season was just getting more comfortable. And so I think having pitched so many innings this year, that's really going to help for next year and the years after. We returned all of our pitchers except one of them, and so I'm kind of in the same spot as I was before, but I just know that that's not stopping me from becoming or competing to be the number one spot. And so using the summer and then the fall off season too will be really important. So,
and I think that's another important aspect between freshman and sophomore. You know, they always talk about the sophomore slump, and I think freshmen get comfortable. They're like, oh, hey, this college thing, I can do this, and maybe don't work as hard during the off season. Or they're distracted by like, hey, I'm a stud athlete, woo, and, you know, do all these other things, fun things. But I think the kids that really just, like you said, go in knowing that you still want to be the number one pitcher. Yeah. And even if you were the number one pitcher, you want to be the more dominant number one pitcher. And I know your mentality, you got a good head on you, that you got to keep working. Because a lot of times, like when I played basketball at Iowa State, I was a walk-on. I was at the end of the bench. I didn't have to work hard every summer. Coach loved me. I was going to be on the team no matter what. Yeah. I knew I was never going to start type thing, but that doesn't keep you from working hard and still having that goal of being the star, you know? So, and I know you won't, but don't ever get complacent. Don't ever stop working. Don't ever, those sorts of things. How was the transition from high school to college?
Playing travel sports definitely helped with adjusting to like the competition, but you know, a lot of people say like the only thing that can prepare you is living it, and so I found that to be true sometimes. But the thing about like you and I that I really enjoyed is like the people there, and so having 21 other girls beside me doing the same exact thing every single day, you realize that you're not like by yourself, or some of the things you're feeling a lot of other people are feeling too. And so just like kind of leaning on people when you need it is something that as a team we all kind of worked on this year and said like nobody is alone. And so that's something that really made the adjustment easier than it could have been if you would have tried to like do things on your own. And so that was really nice.
Good. That's awesome. I don't know, what else should I ask you? I don't know, Carly, what do you think?
I don't know.
So I guess you're at school, so what did you major in?
I'm majoring in elementary education with a minor in special ed.
Look at that.
I know.
Good job. You're at the right place for that, you and I. I guess I'm at loss because she's a stud and I'm starstruck. I don't know what to say.
I was going to ask, you mentioned an Amy earlier.
Yes.
Did we get Amy's last name?
Oh.
I don't know if we...
I don't know. I think she's just Amy. I think
Yeah.
everybody knows her. Well, Amy Hartsock. She was she did coach softball at Mid Prairie. She's not this summer, but she did years ago too. She lives in Kelowna. Pitching coach. She has expanded her pitching lessons.
Yeah.
That's one reason why she's not coaching. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Okay, I'll bring that up. I mean, she coaches the best pitchers in the state. And anyway, she played at Iowa. She's from Mid Prairie originally. I was a high school teammate of her. I was scared to death of her and still kind of am. She's a very intense person that you have to be mentally ready, even for pitching lessons to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you do, and I
it's
think
just like an hour of go.
Yeah.
Go.
Yes. She's always practices and I wish you would have loved practice. Just go. I mean, there's 14 different things going on, so every kid's moving, and it's just she does a great job. And I do know a Keota kid, Jesslyn Aller, goes to her, and last year, Jesslyn said every time she went, basically she came home crying because she's intense. I mean, it's tough. You got to be mentally ready to work with Amy. And of course, Jesslyn's mom, she goes, I think my mom has a crush on her. But anywho, but now Jesslyn is going, and Amy's been really proud of how mentally tough she's gotten, and she's grown up, and that's still tough for an 8th grader. I mean, she's going as a 7th grader, now an 8th grader. But it's one of those things that you either rise to the challenge or you don't come back.
Yep.
And so anyway, have you found a catcher for your pitching lessons?
Yeah, Molly's going to do it.
Oh, Molly.
Yeah.
And a little birdie maybe brought up, speaking of Nebraska, did you strike out somebody famous? Who'd you strike out from Nebraska that everybody that knows softball knows?
Well, yeah, I did strike out Jordy Ball.
You struck out Jordy Ball. Was she still like in a cast from her ACL?
I
what?
mean, she was the second batter I faced, and you're playing at Nebraska. It's like the biggest stadium I've ever played at, and they're already winning by a lot. And I was like, well, just got to go in there. And then the first batter, I think I walked the first batter, and then she was up, and I was like, well, this can either go really bad or really good. And yeah, I ended up striking her out.
So what pitch got her?
I froze her with a low inside rise ball, so like just at the knees.
She struck out looking?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If you don't know Jordy Ball, she's the one that took Oklahoma to the World Series championship, and then she transferred back home to Nebraska. She tore the ACL last year, and she's back on it. And just when you talk softball, that's who you talk about.
Yeah.
She's amazing. And I guess you are. My God, you struck her out.
I guess.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
Keep working hard, and I know you will.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Oh, anytime. I do have one funny story. Remember I went to your house, and Berkeley was little, and you and Graham took me on a ranger ride to see the cows, and we might have went and checked some milkweed for some monarchs. And anyway, and I was holding Berkeley, and you guys are going over bumps, and I'm like, this is how shaken baby syndrome happens. Berkeley's like, I was like, maybe we avoid some more bumps here. Anyway, good times. Berkeley turned out all right. It's okay. Well, we'll still see, but.
Yeah, we don't know about that yet.
She has some goals.
Yeah, she does.
Watch out for Berkeley.
Well, I know. She does have some goals. She's pretty set.
Oh,
I know.
She's going to get them. She's going to watch out. All right, so thank you, and thanks all you faithful watchers and listeners, and it's been a fun spring.
Don't wrap it up quite yet for
I
yourself.
won't. Okay, I won't.
We'll wrap it up here in a minute.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Carly.
Yes, but we do thank, I'll just say, one of the all-time Savage greats, Carly Goodwin. So, Carly, you're invited back anytime you want. Anytime you're back and you want to get up early on a Saturday, just let us know and we'll have you on the show. It's Carly Goodwin here on the sports section. Again, we're live at Barn Wired, and we will wrap things up right after this. Complete Care of Iowa is a medical clinic located in Sigourney, Iowa that provides care to patients of all ages. Located at 113 East Marion Street in Sigourney. Call 641-541-4040. Complete Care of Iowa is open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Tuesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., Saturday by appointment only. They're currently accepting new patients. Find more information at CompleteCareOfIowa.com. Complete Care of Iowa. Healthcare for where you are.
If you like red, white, and blue wine from Tassel Ridge Winery but prefer sweet white wines, try our Star Spangled White. Star Spangled White's a sweet white wine made entirely from Edelweiss grapes. Chill a bottle of Star Spangled White and sip it as you watch the sunset. Tassel Ridge Star Spangled White wine is available at our more than 350 retail outlets located all over Iowa. Look for the displays of Tassel Ridge wine where you shop. If the store doesn't offer Star Spangled White, ask the manager to get it for you.
Hey, we do, again, thank all of our sponsors on Steve Shetler Media. and everybody making things possible. Like the sports section, we are live at Barn Wired every Saturday, 119 East Marion in Sigourney. Let's take a peek at our Team of the Week and our Athlete of the Week, the Kelly Style State Farm Team of the Week, as voted on by you guys here on Facebook, the HLVTC Girls Track Team. Of course, they sent a ton of girls up to the state track meet. I've had a fantastic season, so congratulations, HLVTC Girls Track voted our Kelly Style State Farm Team of the Week. And then also our Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics Athlete of the Week, Oskaloosa Girls Soccer's Dasa Cole, with over 500 votes this past week. I tell you what, I was mentioning this with Neil on the morning show here the other day. Until recently, we hadn't even had an Oskaloosa athlete as the Athlete of the Week. Now, in I think the last month and a half, we've had 3. So Oskaloosa finally getting with it, with the voting.
There we go, viewers in Oskaloosa.
So Dasa had 4 goals in a game here just, I think, a week ago. So congratulations to Dasa. Lots of votes, lots of support. Our Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics Athlete of the Week. All right, so Jenny, we're not showing you live quite yet, but what I'm showing on the camera now, as we have talked about, you're wrapping things up at Keota. You're going to Mid Prairie next year. I did steal a picture from your Facebook page.
Oh, jeez.
Was this the last day of school? It's you and a big ball of fire.
Oh, yeah, last day of school.
So explain what's happening here.
Okay, so, I got to clean out the chemical room a little bit. So that's lycopodium. So it's when you spray the dust over flame, it catches on fire, which you can do with flour, baking soda, or cornstarch.
Okay.
But I had to do it, and it's a quick burn, so it's not going to burn up the school, which I am known for setting off the fire alarms. So the kids did want me to set off the fire alarm the last day for good time's sakes, but no, and it seemed like every class period got a little bigger and bigger, so...
So
all
right, let's clarify. What do you teach?
Okay, at Keota I was the only science teacher. So
Okay.
I taught 7th grade integrated science, 8th grade integrated science. Freshman, we have switched to freshman biology, physical science, chemistry, environmental science, science methods.
Science stuff.
Science, all science stuff. So of course we had to do some big explosions on the last day. And since it was my birthday the last day of school, we always do Bunsen burner s'mores.
Okay.
So we fire up the Bunsen burners and, cook our marshmallows.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. It's pretty interesting knowing kids' personalities because some of them like them completely charred, whereas in some of them take, 2 minutes and roast it nice and brown and for that perfect marshmallow. So we always have fun at the end of the school year.
Now you're getting ready to go to Mid Prairie. When do things start up for you there?
Well, this coming Wednesday, we have summer workout kickoff.
Okay.
So starting workouts next week, as far as basketball workouts and strength and conditioning workouts 3 times a week. As far as school-wise, I still don't know all the details of my new job. I will be working in the Alternative Learning Center. So working with kids that, struggle with mainstream education. So I'm excited for that. Kind of what Coach Chris Carter does here in Sigourney, who's a mentor of mine. And, I coached volleyball with her for years and years and has always been a really good friend. So I'll lean on her and pick her ear on if I'm struggling with the kids, strategies on reaching all the kids. But I've always felt that's one of my strengths is making relationships with kids and including all kids in their learning process. So I'm pretty excited. Nervous, obviously. Like the kids are talking today about how they get nervous before something. I still get nervous before a big basketball game or even a regular basketball game or any sport. I still get nervous because I want the kids to do so well that I get nervous for them, I guess. Not necessarily nervous for me and my coaching ability, but nervous how the kids will react and hoping that they'll respond positively. But, that's the new gig.
Okay. Any other big you always ask the kids what their summer plans are.
Oh.
You got any other big plans this summer?
Well, before summer plans, I do want to give a shout out. State track.
Yep.
Let's talk a little bit about a state record from a local kid. Anna Hadley from Pekin broke the state record, Class 1A state record in the discus, 150 feet, 9 inches.
Yeah.
1 by 12 feet. Just
That's crazy.
It's one of those perfect throws, probably when she released it, going, oh, baby, that felt good. It was a perfect day yesterday.
Yeah.
Calm, no wind. So huge shout out to a local kid with a state record.
Sure.
State tour, and all the kids doing a great job. Tri-County, HLV Tri-County is placed. Of course, North Mahaska has kids that place. So a big shout out for all the kids.
Yeah.
And that is one of my favorite things to do, is either go to Drake Relays or state track and just sit and watch how kids compete. We talk about when I said that, here's a little, small town kid going and playing D1. How are you going to adjust? And when I coach college, you just recruit winners. I mean, you recruit a winner, you can give them the skills to fit in your system. Like we had a kid in Nebraska. I mean, she won state tennis. I mean, any sort of winning. We have a kid that wins. That's the kid that you want on your team, and so I'm glad that Carly can take her winning in high school to win in college as well, which is kind of cool. Summer, I don't know. I'm going to be growing a lot of vegetables.
Farmer Jenny.
Yep.
Farmer Hobbs.
Yep. The weeds are already crazy this year.
Yeah.
Wow. And Toby will be going to the pool a lot, and I'll probably be going to the pool and working on trying to rectify my summer's tan, my farmer's tan.
Yeah.
But and going to a lot of ball games. I'm still going to go, watch Keota Eagles, and I'll go see Mid Prairie play, and I'll probably, who knows, I'll try to time it so Keota's playing Sigourney, or so I can see all the area kids play and compete, and so yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time the last few months hosting. I'm just going to mark you down for being my springtime host here on the sports section. We have a nice little rotation. I haven't really publicly announced yet who's coming in for the summer. Now, next week, I literally don't have a host yet for next week. So next week's totally up in the air. So it could be anybody. After that, June, July, and August, we have AJ Johnson from KTVO in Ottumwa.
Wow.
Yeah, we have struck a partnership. So AJ Johnson, a TV guy, like an actual guy from the television.
Steve, you are like getting big time.
A sports guy. I mean, he's still working at KTVO, but they're allowing him to come and host the show on Saturdays. So kind of a neat little collaboration.
That's awesome.
So look for AJ Johnson as host during the summer months here on Steve Shuttler. I think Andy McGuire still plans on coming back in the fall for the football season. So
Good
we've
deal.
got great hosts here on the sports section. Well, Jenny, we appreciate your time. Wish you the very best of luck.
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll still be running into you over the next few months off and on. So thank you for everything. Toby, thanks for hanging out on these Saturdays. Toby always sits off to the side, so hanging out with his mom. So you guys got any soccer? Are you done with soccer?
No, we're done with soccer.
All right.
Went out on a win last week, so
Good deal.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Well, we're going to wrap it up. We thank all of our guests for being on this week, all of our guests for being on the last few months during Jenny's time here on the show. And I'm assuming we're going to do the show next Saturday. So tune in 8 a.m. here on Steve Shuttler Media. Have a good one.